What's up, everybody? Today we're going to be taking out on our POV video the Kia Spectra5 for the year 2006. Stay with us as we do our review today here on Charleston Car Videos. All right, everybody, let's go ahead and take this car out for a ride. But before we do, let's go ahead and take a look at the car and see what's going on with it, right? The Kia Spectra5. I believe this car is basically kind of like a little sports car that Kia had out back in the day. This one kind of unique, right? It's got the fog lights down there, the headlights, and then it's got this really cool fake hood scoop. You can't beat it. Plus the gold emblems on there really make it stand out among the rest of the cars on the lot. It also has the BF Goodrich sporty tires and black wheels with red rings around them. So you got all kinds of cool stuff here. Plus on top of that, a price tag of only $19.50. That's a Mike Tyson punch out. You also have the rear deck lid spoiler on the back that looks like it has cancer. You have all this going on that gives it kind of a sporty look with the bottom down there having those side skirts to make it look lower to the ground. I mean, again, a Kia Spectra5. Let's go ahead and get in the trunk and see how that's looking. Got a little button under there, pull that up. And of course, it is a hatchback car, so it's got a pretty decent, fair amount of room in the back. Let's see if we got a spare tire back here. Well, it looked like somebody had speakers at one point, and definitely a spare with your tools. And little storage areas under there, which are kind of interesting. Back seats fold down for a 40-60 back seat split. Let's go ahead and drop that back down. There you go. I mean, the body is in pretty decent condition. I mean, it does have its fair share of little dings and scratches and things like that. But again, you're looking at a car that's less than $2,000. Earlier, we just reviewed a Toyota Camry, a 1999, that's way older than this. That's $2,500 with 234,000 miles. So you can see the difference in cars. Toyotas seem to last longer and they hold their resale value up even all these years later compared to a Kia. But let's see if the Kia can actually drive and run pretty good. It's definitely an interesting vehicle for sure. Maybe you owned one before, right? You never know. I mean, it's got the gray cloth. Let's go ahead and hop in. Automatic transmission, Pioneer CD player. A guy that's 6'1" can fit. Oh man. So the red also extends into the inside of the car right here and right there. So definitely got something going on under the hood when I crank the car. And who wants to hear that? But anyways, when I cranked the car just now, I don't know if y'all heard that or not, the engine had a rumble about it. It revved a little bit, which I revved it with my foot just to try to keep it alive, and then it shut back off. It does have 252,000 miles on it. That's a ton of miles on a Korean car. It really is. Okay, we got her cranked up, and the only reason I've still got it cranked right now is because I got my foot on the gas to keep that engine revved a little bit. Windows are working. Back window working. That one's working, very nice. We got a little issue going on with the handle here, a little jiggle. Let's go ahead and check our AC. I can take my foot off now and it's still running. As soon as I cut the air conditioner on, that motor is doing its little thing again. But the AC does work, nice and cold. Let's go ahead and cut that off. Let's put our seatbelt on. And let's see how the Kia Spectra5 runs. The old elderly gentleman coming up over here is doing his best to sell cars, which I absolutely love. I think that's great, you know. Instead of retiring in the car business after, you know, being in the car business for 30 to 40 plus years, he's still out here trying to compete with us young guys and taking a few sales from us every now and then, which was so nice of him to do. But you know, he doesn't have to be working here necessarily, but he's bored and has nothing to do during the daytime, and he'd rather come in here and, you know, hustle and grind with us young sales guys trying to make a living for our families. But you know, hey, what can you do? You know what I'm saying? What can you do? If I owned the dealership and that was my father, I guess I'd let him come work here too, right? You know, come on, Dad, get out the house. Come work with us every day. I tell you, that's such a nice boy to do. But anyways, let's go ahead and see how this car rides. To be honest with you guys, on that subject I just talked about, it really kind of drives me nuts, you know, because the few of us salespeople that actually work here, we're working here because we need to be able to make a living to provide for our families and to be able to pay for our children, our wives, and this, that, and the other, okay? And it just drives me nuts to have a person around that really doesn't need to be selling cars with us to be able to survive in this world, and they still come in every day and try to sell cars. You know, I understand you might be bored and not have anything going on at the house every day. I get it, but you know, it just drives me a little bit kooky, because a couple sales here or there that have came to me that are my customers, he has somehow gotten a hold of and sold them. And anyways, you know, I can't control everybody that calls or texts or emails a dealership, but sometimes they'll call if I'm busy with a customer, this, that, and the other, and he'll pick up the phone and talk to him, and then he'll sell him a car, and Mr. Chad's out the deal. That right there literally gets on my nerves. But what can you do? Well, look at that little car, just a moving. Well, we definitely got a window sticker here that's whizzing along in the wind. I mean, right now, guys, this little car seems to be driving pretty good. Let's see if we can, let's see how it drives on these little back roads over here. We're going around some corners and hitting the gas pedal down. Brakes feel good. Turn into here kind of quickly. Steering feels good. I don't feel anything odd with that, so that's not bad. I mean, that sticker can be a little annoying while you're trying to drive and hear the motor. Man, believe it or not, this car's got a little bit of got some pep to it. Let's hop out and take a look at the motor bay. Old school in it, you know. Well, you got a dual overhead cam, 16 valve Kia motor that seems to run pretty good. I see a little oil leak or something down there. Other than that, though, pretty normal wear and tear stuff going on. Car actually drives pretty good, which is really surprising me. I mean, when we first cranked it up, it was shaking and making a bunch of rattling going on under that hood. But now that we got it running, this little puppy seems to want to purr. I mean, it's running smooth as can be now. So, had a little cold start with it at first, a little cold start, but now that it's now that I've been driving it, it seems to be running really well. Half a tank of gas, another plus. The question here on the video is it really worth $19.50 cash? Would you spend that kind of money on this type of car? And again, what do you expect to get for less than $2,000? You know, we've never driven down this way. Let's see what we got going on down here. Little booger wants to get up and roll. We're getting a little farther out into the country than I expected to go, so let's find a spot to turn around at, and let's zip on back to the dealership. We'll do it right down here. That little motor does feel really nice under there, though. It's got some pep about it when you hit that gas pedal down. Trying to find a spot to turn around at. Let's see how a U-turn does in this little car. Almost feels like there's a turbo under there. I may be wrong, but I feel a turbo. We're gonna have to give it some gas and see. Whoa! Little car's got some get up. I like it. You know, the old saying is it's more fun to drive a slow car fast than to drive a fast car slow. This is a perfect example of that. All right, everybody, let me know what you think about the Kia Spectra5. If you know a little more information about this car than I do, please put it in the comments section. Is it a turbo motor under the hood of this car or not? Is it naturally aspirated? It definitely has some get up about it, which is kind of fun. You know, when you hit the gas down, it really does seem to get up and go. And when I get back to the store, I'm gonna do a little research myself and see what kind of engine is under there. I know it's a dual overhead cam, but is it a turbo or is it not? Something tells me it's not a turbo, but man, it felt good when hitting the gas down on this little car. Next question is it really worth $1,950 cash or best offer? If you were to buy this car with 252,000 miles on a 2006 Kia Spectra5, would you pay $2,000 cash for it, or would you offer less? Let me know in the comments section. Thanks for watching, guys. We'll see you soon. I'm Chad, and I'm signing out.